Girirajan, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE from SR University. I have 20 years of teaching experience. Earlier, I worked in Sri Manakala Vinayagar Engineering College, Pondicherry. My specialization is Electronics and Communication Engineering. Let us see about interfacing of ultrasonic sensor with Arduino. This is related to smart product design. To know about the ultrasonic sensor, the working principle is essential. Ultrasonic sensor is a device used to detect the object and measure the distance between the sensor and an object without physical contact. So to interface one sensor to the Arduino board, we need to know the basic working principle of the sensor, the pin connections, and the basic programming knowledge is required. So today, I'm going to discuss about interfacing of ultrasonic sensor with Arduino. The ultrasonic sensor generates the ultrasonic wave. There are the terminals, which is trigger pin, echo pin, and VCC and ground in the ultrasonic sensor. Basically, the ultrasonic wave is the sound wave which is having above 20 kilohertz of frequency, that is beyond the human audible range. So it emits the ultrasonic wave, and there is a receiver which could receive the ultrasonic wave. The basic working principle is when the ultrasonic sensor transmits the wave, it reaches the object and it is received back by the ultrasonic sensor receiver. So this basic transmitting and receiving of the waveform is useful for calculating the distance between the object and the sensor. So in this figure, there is a sensor and there is a object. The distance between this sensor and the object is given as distance d. The waveform travels twice the distance. That means it has to go with the two direction and fro direction. So 2 into distance, that is equal to velocity of sound into time. This is the basic working, basic formula for calculating the distance. With the parameters used in this formula, that is the velocity of the sound is known value, time taken by the waveform to reach the object and returning back is fed into the Arduino board. So two values are known here. One is the velocity of the sound, which is a standard value, and time taken by the waveform to reach the sensor could be calculated by the Arduino board. So with these known parameters, the distance can be calculated. As it is traveling to and fro direction, it is made as 2 into distance. So when the 2 comes to the right side, it becomes distance is equal to 172 into 100 centimeter into time into 10 to the power of minus 6. So 344, when it is divided by 2, it becomes 172. The time is given here as second. So when we convert that into a microsecond, we have 10 to the power of minus 6 here. And when we convert this meter per second into centimeter, we have to multiply by 100. So the distance calculated here is in terms of centimeter by having the factor that 0.0172 into time. This basic principle is, basic formula is used to calculate the distance here. So let us see more about the ultrasonic sensor module, which is named as HCSR04. Here we have 4 pins. One is VCC, trigger, echo, and ground. There is one transmitter and receiver in this sensor. How the ultrasonic sensor generates the waveform, that is what we are going to see now. The module generates the ultrasonic wave. Initially, it requires a trigger pulse of 10 microsecond. That is done by the Arduino board. When we send the trigger pulse from the Arduino board of 10 microsecond, we can program it to generate the waveform. So when it is sent to the trigger pin, the triggering is done in the ultrasonic sensor, and then the module go with a burst cycle, 8 cycle burst cycle, where the waveform is generated, ultrasonic waveform is generated. As the waveform is generated, it keeps on be in the higher state until it reaches the object. However, it closes with the 38 millisecond if the object is not found. So with this limitation from 150 microsecond to 38 millisecond, it can be in a higher state. According to the requirement of the ultrasonic sensor, we can the distance between the ultrasonic sensor and the object, this can be less than that also. So you can see here the three waveforms shown here. First one waveform is trigger pulse, which is generated from the Arduino board, which is given to the ultrasonic sensor. And then after getting the pulse, the burst signal is generated and the echo signal is generated, followed with the burst signal.